Welcome, all you entertainment holics out there in radio and television land. It is time yet again for another thrilling, exciting installment of you guessed it. Wicked Entertaining coming at you live each and every week on Rock Rage Radio. We are also syndicated on the following iHeartRadio, SiriusXM, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iTunes, Spotify, Audible, Spreaker, Podbean, Blog Talk Radio, Stitcher, TuneIn, and many other sites. Pretty much anywhere you can find radio or podcasts, like radio broadcasts. We're also on the following video sites: YouTube, Vimeo, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram TV. And then you can also find us distributed by Sony Music Entertainment, Sony Music Publishing, The Orchard by Sony, Art 19, BMG, and 50/50 Global Music Incorporated. I'm your hostess, Jennifer DeVoe Muse, aka Jenny. I'm, kind of joined this evening by my co-host. I've got James Muse, aka the Muse. Together we're Jenny and the Muse. And then we have our usual group of guests, hosts that we have on every week. Greg Coster, radio host and producer. We've also got Derek Webb, actor, producer, as well as fitness trainer. And then we have the Mac Daddy of Metal, Shyler Staver, and the sultry songstress, Amy Bowman, that join us throughout the week for our different episodes. But I have a treat for you this evening. If you don't know who this guy is, you need to know who this guy is, because more than likely you've seen his work in some of the most amazing horror movies, sci-fi, and many other types of stuff, TV, movies, you name it. We've got with us today Joe Castro, special effects artist extraordinaire. Oh my God, you put out some of the most amazing work out there.
Thank you,
Crazy
Jennifer.
stuff. Thank you so much for being on the show.
No, it is a
I'm
real
very honored.
It's an honor to be on your show, and I just want to take a moment before we begin to say that I really appreciate what people like yourself do for the genre. You have a very important role. You know, you give us a voice and allow us to be able to share with the world all of our hard work, and for that I'm truly grateful, and I appreciate you very much.
Hell yeah. Man, I'm so excited that I've been so excited for this whole last few weeks since I booked you on here. I was like, I can't wait to talk to him about horror movies and sci-fi and fantasy and all kinds of awesome stuff.
I can't. What do you think is, or do you know what is the very first slasher movie ever made?
That is a good question. I'm thinking in my head, I'm thinking Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974,
Yeah.
but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Okay, well, I've had this conversation with several people, but Joe Bob Briggs says the very first slasher movie ever made was Blood Feast by Herschel Gordon Lewis in 1963. And
Wow.
Herschel shot the movie, he wrote it, he directed it, he created all the special effects for it, and he wrote the music for it, and he edited the film. And it was it was the first basically splatter slasher movie. And
that's so awesome. I love Joe Bob.
There you go. And and if Joe Bob says it, it's true. And
Dude, I've been watching that guy for a long time. Time. Joe Bob's the shit.
Yeah, so Herschel, and the only reason I bring up Herschel is because we are here today because of people like Herschel. Herschel is the godfather of gore, making independent horror films. And, Herschel is the kind of man that, he was very, he was a gentleman. He was someone that would sit with you and share what he so freely, or just share any knowledge he had that he could to make sure that you had everything you needed to chase your dream and do what you wanted to do. And that's the kind of man Herschel was, So I just kind of want to pay respect to Herschel, and that's why we're here today. Him, and also the very first sci-fi horror groupie ever. You know who that was? Supposedly.
I always want to say Elvira. I don't know. I always want to say Elvira. I love her so much.
It is a man. His name was Forrest J. Ackerman. And Forrest J. Ackerman actually coined and owned the phrase sci-fi. He actually
Oh,
coined that phrase.
wow.
Yeah, and he was like the first horror groupie junkie fan, and he used to like he told me personally what do you call it? He used to basically duck and dodge and creep on the back lot at Universal. And
Wow.
he met like Bela Lugosi when he was shooting Dracula, and Bela Lugosi
Oh,
gave him a little bottle of blood that he carried with him when he needed on set, and he has like this
oh,
little. Can you imagine?
I
And he said,
love Bela
yeah,
Lugosi.
yeah, and
Oh,
so all that other good stuff. Oh, Forrest made a magazine called Famous Monsters of Filmland. Are you familiar with that?
oh,
That time?
yes,
Yeah,
yes, I have
yeah.
heard of that.
Yeah,
Yes,
he was the man that he was the editor in chief. He was the man that invented that magazine, and he did other
that's
magazines,
amazing.
but he is the one that started it. And so I had opportunity to work with both Herschel when I
That's
did
amazing.
Blood Feast 2, and also Forrest J. Ackerman was the star
Blood
of my first
Feast.
Blood
Oh,
Feast. Yeah,
wow. Oh my God, those were great movies. It's been a long time since I've seen them, though. Wow.
they're classics. If you watch them
Yes.
now, they seem like cliche, but
Yeah.
they were the first because everybody has done everything
Yes.
that they did. Yeah, they seem
Like
cliche, but yeah.
like my buddy, Carl Crew, obviously,
Mhm.
because yeah,
Yeah,
we all know Carl, right? So,
from Blood
I
Diner.
fucking love Blood Diner as one of my favorite cheesy, spoofy horror movies, like that, like F level, like, really low budget and I just love that movie. And when I met Carl, when I found out that that was him, because I grew up watching that movie since the 80s. I saw it on, was that Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Okay.
And they played it really late one night. And this was like I want to say 89 or something. They played it. And I was like, I just fell in love with that movie. And then I found out he was the guy, one of the brothers. And I was like, no fucking way. Plus, he's got that crazy museum of his in Hollywood, North Hollywood. So crazy
and and
stuff.
and then my favorite female director, or one of my favorite female directors, was the director of that film. Is Jackie
Oh,
Kong,
wow.
who was the youngest female director in Hollywood and been a
Oh,
female director in
wow.
Hollywood, who directed that film. Jackie Kong. If you don't know who Jackie Kong is, you gotta. She made a movie called The Being, which is one of my all time favorite creature
Oh,
features.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
I remember that one.
She's one of my close friends and one of
Oh,
my
that's
mentors.
amazing.
So, yeah. It's amazing. Like after all these years, because I saw The Being when I was 13 years old. In fact, when I was 13 years old, I had a Halloween party and I got The Being on VHS, and I
Oh, wow.
made the whole Halloween party theme around The Being. And so
Oh, that's awesome.
I was in eighth grade and I had all my friends come over and we had a VHS, and so we put it on. I made everybody watch The Being, of course, and then I got to meet Jackie like all these years later and become her
Oh, that's
friend, and
awesome.
got to tell her that, yeah, I mean, I had a whole based on
That's
that. So
amazing.
yeah.
So when did you start doing this type of stuff? Like
Uh,
what age were you when you started messing around and
mhm.
making stuff?
That's a good question. Well, and I've told this story before, but I'll say it again. When I was 7 years old, my father sat me down in front of the TV and he said, "Joe, watch it." He called me Joey. Joey, watch this. You're gonna love it. Because my dad knew, he knew what my interests were. He knew I liked
Mm.
dragons and dinosaurs, and it was
Oh, wow.
Godzilla versus the Smog Monster. And so,
Oh, hell yeah.
I'd never watched the movie by myself, but I sat there on a Saturday afternoon and I watched this movie by myself. And when it was over, I said, "Dad, how do they do that? What is that?" And he said,
Wow.
he sat with me and we watched the credits roll. And he said, "Look, son, see that name right there? See that? That's special effects." And I said, "That's exactly what I want to do when I grow up, Dad. I want to do special effects." And like from that moment on, I was like trying to do everything I could to learn information about special effects stuff. But when I
Wow.
was 12 years old, I made my first rubber mask and kind of
Oh,
just started to
wow.
barrel. Yeah, when I was yeah.
What
In
what
fact,
was it? What did you
it
make?
okay. Well, we'll see. I had just seen this movie called Doctor Butcher M.D.
Oh,
Have you?
yes.
Yeah, I
I
just seen
remember
that
that.
on VHS. My cousin Eddie Perez gave me a VHS copy of Doctor Butcher M.D. So I made like Eddie and I had this running joke. Eddie was 33 and I was 12 years old, and
Oh,
we were
wow.
best friends. And we had this running joke. He goes, "Joey, when you grow up, you're gonna make the what is it? How do you say the goat deviant GD the goat? Because I grew up on a goat ranch. I grew up on the goat ranch, so I was gonna make the goat deer. So I made this decapitated goat head. This like that's my very first mask. Yeah,
Oh,
he said
that
you were
would
gonna
be
put.
so
Yeah,
awesome.
he's always going to put a goat head on their head, and they were going to go around killing people with like a severed goat head. And wouldn't that be
I can
scary?
totally
I
see
mean,
it. I
that's
can totally see
terrifying.
it in my head right
Yeah.
now, like somebody running around chasing you with this fucking thing on your
With a goat
face.
head. Yeah, with a severed, bloody goat head from the slaughterhouse.
It's
So
awesome.
that was the very first math memory was a goat deviant, and
That's
uh,
amazing.
yeah, it was good times. It was 1982, and there was a
Mm.
magazine called Cinemagic, and all the
Yes,
all the special effects artists at the time would
I
read this
remember that one.
independent magazine, and there was
I
a
love
step by
Fangoria.
yep,
Fangoria
Fangoria.
was good too. Yeah,
But still to this day, when like a young person comes to me and they're like, Joe, how do I get started? How do I get my son or daughter started? I tell them, I say, Google Cinemagic #6. And in
okay.
issue #6, it gives you step-by-step instructions of how to make a rubber mask. You'll have to
Oh
read. It's
wow.
not like a video tutorial. You'll have to read, but there's pictures, and if you follow the directions, you can learn how to make your own full head rubber mask.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So I tell them, hey, go Google that. Google Cinemagic #6. Get the directions. Follow the directions, and when you're done with your mask, come back and show me, and then I'll know you're serious, and we'll talk more.
That's amazing.
Of course, no one's ever come.
Wow.
No one's ever come back, and no one's ever done the work and come back to do it. But I mean, I'm willing to like be of service to like young people that want to do special effects if they're like dead serious about
Well, we need the next generation. We don't want this to die out. You know what I
it. I
mean?
don't. I
Because you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of young talented people out there. I work with a lot of young talented people. There's
Well, that's good.
quite a few young individuals that I like to work with that I won't do a movie without because they're just so amazing. They bring up they bring my skills up to the next level too. So
Oh
yeah, no,
wow.
I don't think it's going to die going away anytime soon. There's a lot of us out there, and I'll keep the love alive for as long as I can. I've been doing this for 40 years. I got another 40 in me.
Right? That's just amazing that you've had this awesome life. Like, what are some of your most favorite movies that you've ever worked on?
Oh, that's a good question. God, there's so many,
So
too many,
many, yeah.
too many. I mean, like I just did this movie called The Beast Comes at Midnight, where not only
Mm.
did I get to play the werewolf in the film, it's a movie about a werewolf, but I got to play the man that turns into the werewolf. So I got to
That's
play the guy. Yeah, yeah.
awesome.
So and
The before and the after.
before any of so for any of you young directors out there that need special effects in your film and you need a good actor, reach out to me on
Joe
Facebook or
Castro's your
Instagram.
man.
Yeah, yeah, come talk to me and I'll make it happen. But
Hell yeah.
the thing is, we really did take it to the next level. It's actually a PG film, The Werewolf,
Oh,
but I did
okay.
my best to make it really scary, and I made it really beautiful, like a beautiful werewolf suit, and it's a really
Wow.
fun film. It's a really good looking film too. It's not like it's not so micro budget. So it's kind of like a Disney-esque werewolf film. If Disney made a werewolf
Oh,
film,
wow.
so
Okay.
it's a young person's film. It's a film that you can watch with your whole family. There's some
Oh,
scares in it and there's some jokes in it, but ultimately it's kind of like a Disney kind of a werewolf film. And
that's
the,
awesome.
the monster's it's scary and it's got some slime and it's really cool to look at. But there's like just the little bit of blood, not much blood, but a little bit of blood in the movie. It's fun, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
awesome.
that was a fun one to work on. I got to work with one of my a young man that grew up watching the original Terror Tunes recently hired me to be a lead actor in his first feature film and to
Oh,
do the
wow.
special effects in it. And it's called Appetite for Sin, and it's directed by Matthew Vanaha.
Hell, hell
And
yes.
yeah, and so it's about basically a coven of vampires here in a
Oh,
gang a gang
wow.
a gang of vampire girls in Los Angeles that
Oh,
yeah, and I play this FBI agent in the film, and I'm like trying to solve the mystery of who's doing all these killings, and trying to take this gang of vampirists down here in LA. So that was a
oh,
really amazing experience. Each one has been like each experience is like it's like being given a Christmas gift, each time, or a great gift, to be involved in one of these movies. And I worked with
wow.
Marcel Waltz on the new That's a Rap movie with Joe Netter and Sarah French, which is
Hell
an
yeah.
amazing experience. Stars Monique Parent and all kinds of name talent. And then everything. Oh, The Barn too. Have you ever seen The Barn? You see the original The Barn? If
No,
you
I
haven't,
haven't. What's
you
that
have
one about? What's
you
that
haven't
about?
seen if you haven't seen The Barn, you have to see The Barn. I think
Okay.
it came out in 2015, and
Okay.
here they are. 7 years later, they're releasing the sequel, and
Yep.
it's a great film. I got a chance to do the special effects for The Barn 2. It's Justin Siemens directing it, and it's coming out this month, and it's already making the festival circuit. but it's about these basically these three Halloween legends, like these
Oh,
these so the boogeyman, a jack o' lantern, and a scarecrow that come to
oh,
life to harvest the living on
that's
Halloween.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah, it's very bloody, very fun. So it's like if Disney made the Evil Dead.
Oh,
How about that?
wow.
Well, like lots of bright colors, but lots of gore, and plenty of no fluff, all entertainment. If you like that kind of stuff, all entertainment. One of my favorite scenes from the original Barn is one of the victims gets his head carved like a jack o' lantern.
Oh,
But it's a
wow.
human head, so they carved out his eyes like a jack o' lantern, and carved out his nose, and carved out his
Oh,
mouth. But it's
brutal.
yeah, but it's bloody. Yeah, yeah. You got
Ow.
it. And they stick a candle in his head too. They stick a candle in his head. So you got to
Ow.
see it. Yeah, that was 2015. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
In fact, that's how I got the job. I reached out to the director and I said, "Your film has one of the most original deaths I have ever seen in a movie in a long, long time. It's when you carved out the guy's head like a jack o' lantern. That was amazing,
That is
And I
pretty
remember,
unique.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of fucked up
Well,
shit in horror movies.
what year did Halloween Kills come out?
Oh god, was that one of the newest ones?
Yeah, it was like 2019. I think it was
I
2019.
think so.
So
Yeah, I think so.
so they have a similar death in their movie, but Justin did
Oh,
it first. I'm like, I bet you the writers of that film saw the barn, and
it
somehow,
inspired them.
yeah, inspired them. Yeah, inspired them. Yeah, exactly. You know how that goes. Yeah, all the studios.
Copycats.
All the studios take all the good stuff from the low budget people. We come up,
Yeah.
we do all the crazy stuff that no one will
Yeah.
do, and then
Right.
they pick and choose what parts of it that they want to Xerox or whatever it is you want to call it.
Steal.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah, we inspire them. Yeah, absolutely. So,
Get an original idea, would you?
yeah, 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 yeah. So, okay, it's a couple of fun facts. One is, do you know anybody who has a Guinness Book of World Record?
Oh no,
No
no. It's
person.
been a long time since I used to read those back when I was a younger, as a
The
kid or
the,
whatever.
the Guinness Book of World
Yeah.
Record. Well, now
Yeah,
you
hell
do.
yeah.
Well, now you do. Now you know someone.
Oh wow.
Now you do.
Hell yeah.
There you go. I have the Guinness Book of World Record for the highest body count in a slasher movie. Did you know that?
No way.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
That's
It's for yeah.
badass.
It's
How
it's for
many? How
it's
many
a
how many bodies did you rack up in one film?
it's 155 kills, and it's for a movie.
155
Yeah,
confirmed kills.
yeah. And it's for a movie titled "The Summer of Massacre." And my
Oh
husband Steven
wow.
Escobar and I produced it with our friend Schroeder
Hell
back in
yeah.
2012, and yeah, it was kind of like we set out to like get this thing, and it was hard keeping it a secret from everybody because we didn't want anybody to know about it when we were making
Right.
it, and we worked on it for like a year and a half, 2 years before we got it done,
Hell
but
yeah.
it was a big undertaking, and yeah. So
Congratulations, by the way.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
I saw you
Another,
just went on
go
your little
ahead.
honeymoon. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that was great. Yeah, we went to Hawaii. My
Look
husband took us to Hawaii.
beautiful. Look, you had a look. You guys, your
Yeah,
pictures were so adorable. Like you look like the most awesome, adorable couple
yeah.
ever. I
Well,
was like, yes,
we've been together
dude.
for 24 years, and then we decided
Wow.
to finally get married, and
Finally, after
we
20 something for you.
20 years. And people say, "Does it feel any different?" Yes, it does feel different. It does feel,
Really?
yeah, it does. It
But you've been
feels,
with him for 24 years.
yeah, yeah. But now
What's
it's like,
I don't know.
I don't know. It's it's the real deal. You're done. You know what I mean? It's so not that it wasn't the
I
real
mean,
before, but it's like it's on paper. It's all
if
done.
you
It's
stayed
good.
with him this fucking long, I think it's a done deal pretty much anyway. So whether there's a piece of paper or
Yeah.
not,
A
marry
piece
the
of,
motherfucker. Put a ring on his
yeah.
finger. Hell yeah.
There you go.
That's awesome. That is wonderful. I'm
Yeah.
glad that you
So,
guys are happy and
thank
and
you.
you're both
Yes.
working in the industry and having good
Yeah.
careers and
I,
that's
I, I
wonderful.
I wouldn't have all the things that I've been able to experience without Stephen. I mean,
Oh,
Stephen, I
that's
wouldn't have been able
wonderful.
to do the Guinness Book of World Record without him. I wouldn't, have all
That's
this.
awesome.
I have this amazing studio in the back that I get to do all my special effects with. He just helped me with a live cast yesterday. He knows
Oh
like
wow.
he kind of knows like the system that I use, so he's able to help me. And of course he has an Emmy for outstanding editing and reality television programming. Excuse me, for
Hell yeah.
the Amazing Race. So he takes
Oh
my
wow.
yeah he takes my weird stuff that I shoot, and then he
Yeah.
edits it so it looks commercial. See,
Oh wow.
we're kind of like, it works well because I'm too weird if I'm over here by myself, and he knows mainstream over here, right? More vanilla. But when you put us together, then it's just enough. It's just enough.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have you besides the Guinness Book of World Records, have you won other awards for your work?
Well, I mean, there have been other, like, the film festival stuff. Yes, a lot of other awards
Yeah,
we've won, but
that's
ultimately,
wonderful.
uh, something that I feel like I won, or like I was kind of blessed with throughout my
Mhm.
career, was when I worked with Herschel Gordon Lewis, the Godfather of Gore, as he's known. Uh,
Oh yeah.
he um, he bestowed upon me the blood formula that he created for the original slasher movie before he died. So
The good stuff?
yeah,
Is it really got Caro syrup or some shit in it?
no,
What is that stuff? They
it's
had this
got
some kind of
it's other
formula I
stuff.
saw on
Yeah, yeah,
TV.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
I'm just saying he had his own formula. He had his own
That's
special formula.
amazing.
So when you watch Blood Feast, it's like it's this weird kind of like bright red, but it's like it's thick and it's kind of it's gross. It's like gross blood. It's not just like regular blood. And
That's
so
awesome.
I kind of like, I feel honored that I have this formula and that I know the formula. And sometimes I'll mix up a little batch of it and I'll take it to set with me, and I'll be like, oh, here's some blood. I'm gonna put a little blood feast blood there, and gonna bless the set with blood
That's
feast blood.
awesome.
We're gonna have a gory shoot today, and it still works well for certain things. Like, if it works well, like when I'm shooting in a very dark environment because his
Oh
blood
yeah.
was so bright, so it kind of pops a little bit
Okay.
more. So there's some.
That's
It still
good.
has. Yeah, it still has purpose today. So
That's good.
there's that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
See, that's a great gift to, have bestowed upon you.
yeah, yeah. I feel
A
really
blood
honored.
a blood formula.
Blood formula.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's funny that those little things mean so much, but they do. They really do mean a lot. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because consistency. Like if it doesn't look realistic, I mean, people are gonna be like, "Oh, this is just cheesy and
Well,
whatever."
there's all kinds of different blood formulas for different occasions on set.
Oh, right.
I have a blood formula that works well when it goes on cloth, because if you
Okay.
put fake blood on cloth, it doesn't read like blood. It soaks right
Oh,
into it.
right.
So I have a blood formula that sits on top of the cloth,
Oh, wow.
and and it won't go in. And I have blood formulas that you can put someplace and it looks like it's running, but it's not really
Right.
running. It's not really running. It's just right there. It stays right there. And
Oh, wow.
I have blood that goes well against dark skin, and blood that goes well against light skin. And
Wow.
little things like this. There's little things like
That,
this
that's
that I pay
awesome.
to, yeah, that I pay attention to. And blood, for me, blood isn't really gross. It's For me, it's beautiful and it's cinematic. Like,
Yes.
it
I
needs to be
agree.
it needs to be like eye can. It's like eye candy for us, right? When we see it
Yeah.
splattering and spraying, it needs to be. It can't just be messy. We don't want messy. We want it to be
No.
beautiful. We want it to be cinematic. We want it to be like, like fireworks going off or something. You know. So that's also very important to me.
Hell yeah. I always like watching Dexter when he would do the blood splatter analysis, like shit on the wall, like
Don't
this
even get
try
me
to
started.
figure out like how somebody died, and he's sitting there doing all this shit, and I'm
Mm,
like,
mm, mm,
this
mm,
is really awesome.
mm.
Like,
Do you ever watch the Forensic Files? Have you ever?
some, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And watch it like it's like eating a box of chocolates for me. All that stuff, all the blood splatter and this and how long they've been dead there, what the blood looks like, and
Oh
the
wow.
drop, how it has to be a defensive wound, or this, that, all that stuff is so important to me. I'm constantly, like, whenever I get a script, the first thing I'll do, I'll go through and I'll break it down, and then I'll Google every death online to
Oh
see
wow.
if I could actually find out what it would really look like first.
That's
I don't
awesome.
make anything up. I try to, like, go and find the real murder and the kills and all that
Nice.
stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you
That's hardcore.
well, Mother Nature is the best artist of them all. She's
Yeah.
number one. She's if we can aspire to be like Mother Nature, we've even close to it. We've done it. We've done a great job. So what do they
Hell
say?
yeah.
Good artists, good artists are inspired by others. great
Yeah.
artists steal from others. It's true. That's steal. And go find go. There's got to be something somewhere that Mother Nature has already done that can inspire you to do something amazing. So yeah,
That's amazing. And I know you also direct movies, right? I mean, I
I
know
do.
you're being an actor and a bunch of stuff now too, but like that's amazing. What kind of what movies have you directed that you want to talk about?
Thank you for asking me that, Jennifer. Well, my partner and I, my husband and I own a franchise called Terror Tunes, which is a movie about killer cartoons. And I've directed all four films. And in fact, but the fourth one, which is getting ready to come out, I directed with Brink Stevens. You know, the Scream Queen, Brink Stevens. She
Yes.
was
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Sorority Babes in the Flying Bolorama. She was in
Oh, yeah.
The Lurking Fear, I believe. And
Yes.
she's done like over 200 films, but she's been in
Hell yeah.
three of my Terror Tunes movies. And
Nice.
she just directed the sequel to the Sorority Babes in the Flying Bolorama.
Oh,
To
wow.
Sorority Babes too. Anyways, she's in it. I co-directed it with her and Matthew Vanaha, the director of Appetite for Sin, who was a fan of the first Terror Tunes.
Hell
But
yeah.
I've directed many films over the years. A lot of slasher movies. I directed the Summer of Massacre, the one that has the Guinness Book of World Record. And yeah, I enjoy directing, but I really enjoy focusing on special effects work. So when I
Right.
get like working closely with the director, like trying to
Mhm.
go like inside the mind of the director to
Oh,
see what
wow.
they're seeing, and then becoming an instrument of their imagination, as
Oh,
opposed
wow.
to me being like this great artist over here who's trying to make
Mhm.
something and be famous. I
Right.
like to go into the mind of the director and see what's there,
Wow.
and then try to duplicate it and put it in front of the camera for him.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah, yeah.
Not
Because
everybody does it like that. I like that.
yeah, that's because the director has a vision. They have this vision. And how
Right.
boring would it be if it was just mine over and over and over again? I really want to be able to, like, I like to work really closely with the director. Like, I will like, for instance, when we design something together, I will literally
Mhm.
send them the designs and we'll work together to make it
Right.
look just like they want it on paper. And then as I'm sculpting it, I will even send them pictures of the sculpture as I'm progressing, and let them put input on like the teeth, or the way it looks, or the scale, or whatever it is.
Wow.
Like when I was doing the werewolf suit, I even went downtown in LA to get the fur, and I went around and I
Oh, wow.
took pictures of all the fur, and sent the director different examples of, "Well, which one do you want? I'm down here." I'm like, do FaceTime him and put the fur over my arm and went like that, so they
It's
can
the
see what it's
fur
like.
district.
Yeah, oh, no, there is. They do. They have a garment district downtown in LA
Yeah,
off
I
of
know the
Maple.
garment district.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I used to go down there all the time. They got the flower district, the
yeah,
garment district, the diamond district, like the jewelry, whatever, all that shit. And you go down through all these different places and you're looking at stuff and it's like, oh, holy shit, there's stuff everywhere. Oh, that's
everywhere.
crazy. Fur. I love
They
it.
have fur. They have they have like a corner down there at Ninth and Maple, and there's
Yes.
all the fur you could
Oh,
possibly.
yes. I know exactly
I
where
mean,
that is. I used to
I
walk
mean,
around down there all the time.
they
Fuck
have like
yeah.
rainbow fur and gorilla fur and deer fur, and
That
you
is
can get any kind of,
awesome.
yeah.
That see
So
you the man, you even know where to get supplies to make stuff. Like that's awesome.
we're very fortunate over here in the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles, which where most of the special effects shops are located. It's where Stan
Right.
Winston's shop was, and I know Rick
Okay.
Baker used to be over further east of in the East Valley, and
Right.
a lot of the big shops are here in the valley, and it's where I've been most of my career, and I'm still
That's
here.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm still here, and yeah.
So what big directors have you worked with?
Ooh,
Anybody
that's a
you
good
want to
question.
talk about? Yeah.
Well, I like well, let me see. I worked with. This is funny. I worked with. You know who Barry Sonnenfeld is?
Yes.
Barry Sonnenfeld
Yes.
directed the Adams Family. The
Yeah,
Adams Family
yeah.
got, yeah, and I actually got to work with him on a commercial
Oh wow.
it was a milk commercial for Dairy Gold milk ice cream, and I got to do it was shot in this giant sound stage on Paramount Studios, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, they had me bring in. They brought in a cow for the commercial, but the cow had like it had a, it's a real cow, and cows udders are not very pretty. A real
No.
a real
Not
cow's
so
udder's not very
much.
pretty,
No.
So we literally made like a beautiful udder and came in and glued it on the cow. And then and the cow was like, it wasn't like, it wasn't like white and black. It was like, off white, kind of eggshell, a little bit of brown, and the black was like had a little bit of gray in it. So we painted the cow white, and then we painted the blacks black. That's how like severe this stuff is here. You know what I mean?
That's the best. Oh my God, you fucking painted a cow.
We painted the cow. We painted the cow the way they wanted it, because it needs to be pretty. If it's a food commercial, it has to be pretty, right? It has to be like enticing. It can't be like a dirty cow from the field. It can't be like a off-white cow. It needs to be.
Can't be a cow from Maine. Can't be a cow from Maine.
It can't. It has to be a pretty cow. It gotta be a Hollywood cow.
Oh my God, that's just wrong.
It's like a cow getting what do you call it? Like a facelift or something, right? Getting plastic surgery.
Get a bovine prosthetics.
Yeah, we sculpted. We did this beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah. And
so awesome.
Barry Seinfeld. I consider Herschel Gordon Lewis one of the top directors I've ever worked with.
Yes,
being able to work with
definitely.
him. I worked with Brink Stevens is amazing, brilliant director. And a lot of the people that I'm working with today, Matthew Vanaha, Marcel Waltz, Justin Seaman.
I know that name.
I'm going to leave a whole bunch of names off. Christopher Jackson. Oh, I just got to work with Buddy Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
You know Buddy Cooper? Buddy Cooper.
I know that name.
Buddy Cooper directed the movie Fall Break, which is otherwise known as The Mutilator. You ever seen The Mutilator?
Yes. Oh my God.
I think they came out in 1984. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a long time. Yeah.
That he directed the sequel to The Mutilator 2, back in I want to say June. In June, I was in Atlantic Beach, North Carolina for 17 days working on the film. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
I have a whole bunch of amazing pictures and videos to post. I built all kinds of. I can't really talk about it, but I built so many amazing things for that film, and I can't wait to show everybody the amazing pieces of work. Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
So blessed to be basically, put into. I mean, The Mutilator is a big cult hit, so it's a real honor to be put into the world of cult fandom forever just because of that film. Blood Feast, I did Blood Feast 2, Mutilator 2, and so this has been a real honor.
So let's play a couple movie trailers for some of the movies we were talking about earlier.
Oh, okay.
I had loaded up. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. I've got. Where did you go? Oh, there we go. Where'd you go? I had The Beast Comes at Midnight, The Barn 2, Appetite for Sin, and It's a Wrap.
Okay, That's a Wrap. Is it That's a Wrap or It's a Wrap? Because it's movie's called That's a Wrap. Because I don't think there's not a trailer out for That's a Wrap yet.
I don't know why I put It's a Wrap. I don't know.
I literally just shot that movie. I just shot that movie I want to say 2 months ago, and I don't think they have a trailer out for it
yet.
Well,
we can play the other three though, so that'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right, which one? Hell yeah, no problem. I got you. What one do we want to play first?
Let's see The Barn 2. Hell
yeah. All right, we're gonna play The Barn 2. Joe Castro. Hell yeah. Get ready for it. Wicked entertaining.
She's planning her sorority's annual Halloween haunted house.
I would like to make a motion to take our annual haunt into town and relaunch Halloween.
I think on a large scale, Sam and Josh's haunted house would be the perfect way to kickstart Halloween and get back at Barnhart.
But the town busybody has other plans.
The faster we can make this vote to reinstate the ban on Halloween, the faster we can shut down that barn party.
And unfortunately for the girls of Gamma Tau Psi, a few uninvited trick-or-treaters have some plans of their own.
The cornfield, slaughter room, and pumpkin patch are upstairs.
And that haunted house seems to be the perfect place to make a new house of horrors for our ghoulish beasts and their new friends. This all-new wild horror adventure stars Lexi Drips, Sable Grydell, Mitchell Mussolino, Will Stout, with Linnea Quigley, Ari Lehman, Lloyd Kaufman, The Last Drive-In's Joe Bob Briggs and Diana Prince, and Hellraiser's Doug Bradley. The Barn Part 2. This year, no one can stop the harvest. Coming soon to home video.
Nice. There you are. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Have mercy. Wow.
And there's no blood in it.
I saw big names in that.
Yeah.
Joe Bob Briggs.
Doug Bradley.
I saw Linnea Quigley.
Yeah.
Yes, Doug Bradley. That's my favorite horror movie in the entire universe is Hellraiser. I just watched it the other night. I introduced my husband to it for the first time.
Right
the
on.
Muse had never seen Hellraiser, so that was badass. I still have to show him Hellraiser 2, but fuck, oh my God. I saw Doug Bradley, Linnea Quigley, Joe Bob Briggs, and Ari fucking Lehman, the original Jason, little boy drowning in the lake. Oh my God, I love Ari Lehman. I've been trying to get him on the show for a while now, but he hasn't fucking hit me back up yet. So I'm still trying though, damn it.
Yeah, keep trying. Keep trying. He might it might just be a conflict of scheduling. That's it.
Dude, man, some big names. I mean, Linnea Quigley, holy shit. She been in a lot of different horror movies over the years.
She has been, yeah. She's in Terror Toons 4. We have her, Brink
nice.
Stevens, Debbie Rashawn, and Billy Butler from the remake of Night of the Living Dead is also in it. He was also in I think he's in Friday 13 Part 7. They're my name town in the film.
Part 7, yeah. That was the one right before Jason Goes to Manhattan or whatever. What was the other one? It was it was the one right before that. Oh, yeah, Takes Manhattan. That's what it was. And and that was the one with the psychic chick, the 7th one. That was the psychic chick.
That's like one of my favorite sequels.
Yeah, I remember which one that was now. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm trying to think because they had the 3-pack that had the character with God damn it, Corey Feldman. They had him
that
as
was part
kid,
4.
and then
that was part 4.
3.
Yeah, and then
that was okay.
That was part 4 when he came in. But then he grew up, and then they had someone else play Tommy. In part 5.
Yeah, when he was at the that boy's home or whatever.
The kind of like the.
How do I remember all this fucking shit? I'm sorry, I'm a huge horror movie person.
Yeah, you live, eat, and breathe horror movies. Yeah,
I do, and horror books and video games and all that TV shows. My favorite show of the entire universe is Supernatural. So I like a lot of that type of stuff, and I've always been fascinated by special effects.
You ever watch
and like how they do stuff?
You watch those Halloween cooking shows, baking challenges? Have you ever seen any of those?
No.
So I'm so addicted to them. It's so good. If you like art, if you like artists, and you like art, and you like horror and Halloween, you will love the Halloween Baking Championship. It's on the Food Network, and it's going big right now. And I like all of them. I like the Christmas one and all that. But the Halloween, the month of Halloween is really great. They do all kinds of really cool pumpkin carving contests, cookie contests, cake contest, decorating contests. But some amazing stuff. Yeah, really amazing.
I kind of noticed a theme for October. A lot of the people I have on this month are in that type of a world. Like I have Lillian Mortis coming on tomorrow night. Horror movie, sci-fi, Lillian. James Balsamo! Yeah. We fucking love you, dude. Got to give him a shout out.
And
you worked on some of his movies, didn't you?
I have. I worked on a couple of James movies. I just actually made a mold of Lillian for a movie called Name the Demon, and it was it's directed by Carmelo Camara and his brother Nick up in Detroit, Chicago, up to Chicago. And but yeah, I made some mold of her legs. I made a mold of her face for it because I didn't have access to the girl who was playing the lead, so I cast someone similar here and then took the pieces up there.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So she's a real go-getter. I love working with her. She's a pleasure and a joy and pure talent to be with on set.
Most definitely. Yeah, she's awesome, and I'm very proud to manage her career. So yeah,
Are
that's
you?
one of
Oh,
my yeah. I'm her manager, and I also manage Derek Webb, who's
okay.
been in some of James Balsamo's stuff. And then, of course, I'm friends with Andy Dick.
Andy, yeah.
I know Hollywood Werewolf. So I know a lot of Al Burke. I love Al Burke. When he was doing the was the Alien Danger with Raven Van Slender, and
Okay.
then yeah, hell yeah, I love Al Burke from He's WWF or used to be back in the day. And then I'm friends with Ozzy Capri and also manage
Oh,
him. He played
okay.
the
Yeah, I know
Mushroom.
Ozzy. Yeah,
Yeah,
Ozzy's
yeah,
in Terror Toons
yeah.
4. Yeah, Ozzy's
Yeah,
in
so I
Terror Toons
manage him
4.
also. So it's like there's a whole group of us that are all like, because I love horror and sci-fi and fantasy. So like I always wanted to like manage people's careers, I don't know, I guess
Okay.
business side of stuff. I'm
Well, that's a
creative in
good.
the sense of like, I have a big imagination and, a lot of these movies have helped me with my imagination and stuff, kind of like it's just inspires you on a lot of stuff. I always wanted to draw, and I did when I was a kid, but then it kind of like I don't know, I just kind of lost it over the years, and then
Okay. Well, it's never too
you know,
late. Never too late.
yeah.
Pick it back up. Never too late to
But
pick it back
I'm
up.
like, you know what? Fuck that. I said, so I want to hire Joe Castro someday to do
Oh,
TV and movies with me because I
oh,
really want to do my own vampire stuff and my
mm,
own zombies
mm-hmm.
and like give a fresh new take on stuff. You know what I mean? That hasn't already been done to death. Like I just want something different that would really make a
Yeah,
mark on the industry. And I've always wanted
right.
to like, so I would like maybe write the storyline and maybe direct, with your help, of course, because I don't really know a whole lot about directing, and there's so much more to it than I even realize. So like I guess I'd have to pay you a bunch of money to help, but but it'd be worth it because your fucking work is top notch.
I
And
appreciate you saying that very much. Yeah,
you know,
appreciate that.
I I know it's kind of weird, but like we were talking about earlier how the first time I ever saw you was on Face Off season 3. And I didn't even realize that was you until like I thought about it and I'm like, "Oh my god, yeah." But like you'd already been in the industry for a long time before that and had already made your mark on the world. And you didn't even need to be on a show like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like you're
yeah,
just beyond that. You're above. I mean, I don't want to say above that, but you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, yeah,
your
yeah.
talent set is just so amazing that,
Thank you. I'm
I think
humbled
you
by
should
your
have won
kind
that
words.
season. That's just me.
No,
That's just
thank you.
me.
I
I've seen
appreciate that
your
very
work.
much.
I've seen your website. I've seen the stuff that you are capable of. So I know what level you bring to things. And I just, I think they should choose people like you to do that stuff or to work on things like The Walking Dead or some giant production. I know you like maybe the smaller, more independent things. Maybe
You know what I
I don't
like?
know.
You know what I really like? I like to always take my stuff to the next level. If I'm not doing a project that's going to do that, like now I'm
Right.
at a point. Now I'm at a point where like people will come to me, and I'm like, I don't, I don't care how low budget your movie is.
Mhm.
My work still has to look amazing.
Yes, of
You know what I
course.
mean?
I agree.
So it doesn't matter. Whatever what you're shooting. It still has to be amazing. And so whenever I'm budgeting or whenever I'm looking at a project,
Right.
I'm like, am I going to be able to put this whatever I'm doing at the top of my resume? Because that's
Right.
what people are going to remember. The last thing you did. So
Yeah.
I continue, and I ask myself that, and fortunately, I can't take every project because of it. And
Well, yeah.
but I get to pick and choose which ones are going to take me to the next level. And I'm sure everybody wants that. Everybody wants that.
Yeah.
But I work really hard at trying to take my work to the next level, and I do that with everybody. I want them to know that what I'm doing for them is really important to me, and
Yeah.
I want them to be. I want them like when a girl's wearing makeup that I put on her face.
Mhm.
I want her to feel amazing with it on her face. You know what
Right.
I mean? I want her to feel like I want her to feel like a star. I will ask a girl after I put something on her face, "Are you comfortable with that? Do you like the way that looks?" Because
Right.
I know how important it is. I know how
Wow.
important it is for you to look and feel amazing when you're in a picture online or when
Right.
you're in a movie. I don't care how gory it is. Like I recently put I'm not going to describe what it was, but I recently put this really gory makeup on a very beautiful actress named Eva Hamilton. And
Okay.
Eva, she didn't watch me at all. I'd already worked with her before, but I mean, I did this really bloody thing on her. And then I showed her the picture afterwards. She was just like speechless. I was like, because she's so beautiful. And then to be able to put all that gore on her, she's like, amazing. Okay, let's go. Because
That is
I
awesome.
want her to feel amazing. I want people to feel amazing. And if we can make people feel amazing with your work or with your talent, then I think you're doing the right thing. And
Hell
that's
yeah.
important. That's
I
important to
lo-
me.
I loved it when my daughter was on American Horror Story, season 5 on the hotel season, and she was one of the diseased kids. I don't know if you ever saw that season, but there
No.
was like these episodes where like it was these kids and they had gotten like a disease or whatever, and it was like given to them by like a vampire or something, kind of like their blood to like keep them alive because they had smallpox or chickenpox or some fucked up shit. And like so that they did I saw my daughter sitting in the chair and they're putting like all the airbrush little dots on her to like make her look like she was all diseased up and shit. And like it was just really cool to see people doing that in person. What they were doing was minor. It was basic, smaller stuff comparatively to like a lot of the stuff I've seen you do, but it was still just amazing to see the process.
I understand what you're talking about, and I like to, once again, like whenever someone comes and sit in my makeup chair, like if you came and sit in my makeup chair and I worked on you, I want to make sure that what I'm doing, you love and that you feel amazing with, so that way when you go in front of the camera, you give your best performance. Like
Hell
for
yeah.
instance, this Halloween, I'm working with this one man who owns a company out here. I'm not going to give any names out, but he hires me every year to make his Halloween costume. And
Oh wow.
when I go to put it on him, I go put him on him like really early in the morning. He wears it all day long, and he does. And my goal is to make my boss look and feel cool, and that's my goal, right? So I
That's
want to make
awesome.
sure. So I want to make sure that when he's walking around all day long, that it stays on, it looks great, and he feels like a rock star.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's a good employee to have right there. Somebody who wants you to look awesome
I
from the
want my
moment you wake
I
up.
want I want my boss to feel like a rock star. Even when I'm not putting makeup on my boss, any person I have, a director, producer, I mean, ultimately my job is to make my boss look cool. That's why they've hired me. They want me to make them look good. They want me to make their life easier, their job easier, and they want me to, to be impressive enough that
Right.
they make them feel cool about what they're doing. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's just you just like have like the coolest fucking job ever. Like just to like do something that you love so much and have such a passion for and have a successful career at it and make money and be able to pay your bills and live your life and not have to work for some, you know, 9 to 5 fucking crappy day job. That's amazing, you know?
I feel very blessed to been able to work this long and be able to pay my taxes, pay my bills, and contribute, be a productive member of society, basically.
But but that speaks to your talent level. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That people are continuously hiring you, that you're always working, that you're always, doing the next project, the next thing, that you've advanced to not just be a special effects makeup artist or a special effects prosthetic artist or blood or whatever, like that you're doing. You've also elevated to act and produce and direct and you know what I mean? So that says something that you've risen above just the standard special effects artist.
Thank you for noticing that, and thank you for saying that. That means a lot to have you say that, because sometimes I don't feel that way, but sometimes it takes an outside person, non-biased person, to look inside and tell me the truth. And I work very hard to get where I'm at. Most people don't know I'm a gay Latino male, and to be honest with you, it's been very challenging for a
I
gay
bet.
Latino
Yep.
male to not only be successful, but be
Mhm.
successful in this business.
Right.
It's been very challenging for me. So, and I think a lot of it has to do with, like, anybody's, like, you obviously know what you're doing, very professional here. To be consistent, we are consistent about the things we do. And then people appreciate that. People know what to expect when they come to you. They know what to
Yes.
expect. You got good sound, you got good lighting. It's an amazing podcast. And the same with when they come to me to do my work. I'm consistent about the things I do each time, and I think people like to work with someone who has consistency.
Hell yeah. And it's something that's dependable and puts out really good work into the world. You know what I mean? Your work speaks for itself. The movies you've done, the TV shows you've done, just all the different projects. Have you ever done anything like the horror movie nights, at like Universal type of stuff or any of those type of
You know,
deals?
I mean, I haven't done one here in LA. There was a haunted house, but
Mm.
growing up, when I was 15 years old, I won a national special effects makeup contest. So I
Wow.
got like literally front page in the paper. San Antonio, Texas was like, I think like the 5th largest city in the nation when I was growing up, and I grew up
Oh,
right outside of
wow.
San Antonio. I think it's the 3rd now. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the 4th. I'm not sure. Anyways,
Hmm.
my point is that when I won the national contest, I was put on the front page of the paper in San Antonio, and
That's
I was
huge.
15. I was 15, so everybody knew who I
Yeah.
was.
That
So
says a lot.
the Muscular Dystrophy Association and the March of Dimes, which were these huge nonprofit organizations, hired me as a teenager to build haunted houses to do their fundraiser during Halloween. And
Oh, that's amazing.
and I would design it on paper. I was like in high school. I was like literally in my English 2 class, designing on my notebook paper the haunted house. And it was nonprofit. They didn't pay me, but they hired me to do that. And in return, this is how they paid me. They had other people that were like, for instance, there was a person that wrote for the newspaper that got like tickets to go see. You remember Divine? You know who
Yeah.
Divine is?
Yeah, yeah.
I saw Divine at his very last concert ever. He performed in San Antonio,
Oh,
Texas.
that's so
So
sad
yeah,
how he passed too.
yeah,
What is a heart
what
attack or
a heart
something? He was
attack.
only like 42,
Yeah, it was the very
41,
next.
42.
It
He was
was
very young.
it was the very next day after his concert. I saw him the night before he passed in San
Wow.
Antonio, Texas.
That's
When he came out,
amazing.
so I got free tickets to go see Divine because I volunteered
Uh,
my time to do the Muscular Dystrophy haunted house,
dude,
and I put all
John Waters.
yeah
John Waters
yeah.
films. Fuck yeah.
John Waters was in Blood Peace too.
Yes.
That I got to work on
Yes,
with
I fucking
Ursula
love John
Newts.
Waters.
Yeah,
I am a huge, huge, huge supporter of the LGBTQ community.
we love
I am
you.
bisexual myself. My older sister is married to a woman. My nephew is a 6'3" drag queen, gay with a wonderful fiance that he
Yeah.
loves very much. I'm just saying, most of my family is from that background. You know what I mean?
Mm.
A lot of us are. And then I'm also like a huge, huge, huge RuPaul's Drag Race fanatic. I am like one of the biggest fucking Drag Race fans of all time. So like I was just watching it earlier, in fact, and they and they had Divine on there on season 7. They were doing some different. John Waters was actually on the show on season 7, and they did like a tribute to Divine and to John
Divine.
Waters.
I
It
see.
was
I see.
amazing. Yeah.
Have you ever seen a movie called Another Gay Sequel, or not another gay sequel? Not another gay movie, and not another gay sequel.
No,
Have
I
you
don't know
heard
if
of
I
it?
saw that one.
Basically, it's a gay parody of American Pie. So
Oh.
if you like that, if you like American Pie, you can see this. And I got to do the special effects for the both of those films.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
so it's kind of like Airplane, or remember that movie Top Secret, or
Yes. Oh
yes,
my
like
God, that was
scary.
fucking nut.
So there's like practical effects humor in the film, and
Nice.
RuPaul's in the movie,
I fucking
and
love him so
yeah,
much.
RuPaul took the entire cast and crew out roller skating one night after filming.
He does love to roller skate. Hell
Yeah,
yeah, they had a whole episode around that. I'm sorry, I'm just a huge
yeah,
fanatic.
yeah. He's amazing.
Ah!
An amazing man. I mean, literally, he was. I said I went to him all upset, and I said, I just want you to know that what you did last night affected me in a way that it kind of changed my whole world. You made me feel
Wow.
welcome. You made me feel a part of. Made me feel like family. And I
Yeah.
like it when stars use their star power to make other people feel amazing.
Yes.
It's not about them
Yeah.
anymore, right? It's about how I've been given this gift. How now can I make other people feel amazing with it? People like
Yeah.
Brink Stevens, Felissa Rose,
Yes.
Debbie
Melissa
Rashawn,
Rose. Yeah.
Linnea Quigley,
Yeah.
people like this, Debbie Penn, Sarah French. I know I'm gonna get. I know if I miss somebody, I'm gonna be. Yeah,
we
just
lost Judy Tenuta.
Oh yes,
that really sucked. Yeah. I love her so much. She was a friend of mine, and I was trying to get her on the radio show, and then she told me that she had ovarian cancer, or she had cancer, and that she was sick and couldn't do the show. So she asked if she could, if we could just like reschedule later on once she started getting to feel better. Yeah. And I know she was doing the chemo and all the stuff that she was going through, and but she always still had a positive mental attitude and always had a smile on her face. And every morning she would come on Facebook, and just such a ray of light. And it's just sad when people like that go out of this world.
That's right. We lose the good ones, right? The good ones go. Yeah. I get it. I understand. I don't have my own actual family in my life anymore. My brother and my mother, only two remaining relatives. I don't actually talk with them. We just have never seen eye to eye. But these other women that I'm talking about, these other women, they're like
like your family.
They're my actual family.
Yeah.
Just because they're like the family that I always wanted and needed, and just these most amazing, inspiring women ever.
It's what RuPaul always says. Family isn't always blood related. Sometimes it's you choose your own family.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think that's very true of us in the LGBTQ community. A lot of us are misunderstood and looked down upon because of how we are, or who we love, or whatever, and I always say, like, it's none of your fucking business who I love. That's right. I love who I fucking want to love. What does it matter if they're male or female? They could be a squid. I don't give a fuck as long as they treat me with respect. I just say it. Like, I mean, I'm what I would call myself more pansexual, I guess. I love the person, not their gender necessarily.
Not their genitals.
Yeah, exactly. Like I look at the connection I have with the person, not all the extra.
Yeah.
I just happen to be married to a man at this point, but I mean, I'm just saying. Well, I have had girlfriends, several.
I've had girlfriends. I had two of my biggest crushes were in middle school and high school. Elizabeth. Who is actually my friend one of them is my friend on Facebook still to this day.
That's awesome.
And then my friend, my high school friend Angie, and I thought I was going to marry one of those two girls, but didn't turn out that way. And
you love who you love, right?
Yeah.
That's the great part.
Great. I was still amazing friends with them even when we broke up. I'm still amazing friends with them today. Yeah. So good times for sure. Yeah.
Because gay guys make the best friends. I'm telling you.
Thank you,
dude, you guys are the best. I'm sorry. Well, I've been a beard for many gay guys.
Nobody's perfect in this world, so I don't see where all the fuss is with everybody trying to be perfect and all this other stuff. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We all need to get. We're human.
We're human. Yes,
we're human.
Exactly.
And we're human, and we're allowed to make mistakes. We're allowed to be imperfect. We're allowed to do something wrong and then be able to make amends for it, move forward. Next.
Hell yeah.
No one's perfect, so.
Well, let's play. I got two more trailers I want to play. Okay. I'll do like a back-to-back thing. So we'll do do you want to do Appetite for Sin first?
Let's see
Beast Comes at Midnight.
Let's see. Let's see The Beast Comes at Midnight. Let's see The Beast.
All right, so I'll do a 2-pack. Hell yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna play some movie trailers, people. Fuck yes, we're gonna play a little Beast. The Beast Comes at Midnight, and then we're gonna have Appetite for Sin. Get ready to enjoy some amazing horror right here on Wicked Entertaining. Boom.
So you're the Crimson Kid. I'm Mary.
Yeah, I know.
Here. I didn't realize there was so much history in Gibtown.
Have you ever crossed the tracks into Gibtown?
No, but I've heard there's a bunch of cool stuff over there.
very real, tough.
The wolf boy? I need some information.
Chasing the stars?
A werewolf.
That's what your new story is on?
The attacks are moving from outside of Fishhawk and into Gibtown.
He's becoming stronger.
People are here being eaten alive, Mary.
You're on the tooth fairy short of me a quarter.
The beast is tracking something. I thought it was me.
I can sense the beast is coming. There is death in the air this night.
I came out here to save Tough.
It's not tough. The beast is chasing Mary.
Will you just tell me that was your stomach, Mutt? Not even on my best day.
I know you guys think I'm strange, and maybe I am, but maybe it takes someone strange to fight something strange.
I'm with you.
Hey, dog breath! Let's finish this.
Do you think dogs think that we're pets? I don't know. Great question.
Another death late tonight.
You gotta get me something soon. I'm gonna pull you off this case.
You mind if I ask you a few questions?
Questions about what?
5 women were in here, including Detective Sarah Hayes. They were drinking this.
What's that?
It's blood.
What happened? I got fucking bit!
By what?
Let's do this thing.
You're a fucking vampire. And I hate fucking vampires.
I can't believe he's still after you, and now he's killing all those women. Everyone will soon see that.
Waiting for someone. Been waiting for a while, and I don't think they're gonna show.
I don't get why you don't just kill the man. You'd end him and get a tasty dinner.
There's fucking vampires.
No way. Authorities have released who they think is behind all these murders.
I know what your next move is.
Good.
You're gonna try to pin all these deaths on Jeffrey.
I didn't kill her. That bitch was already dead when I met her.
I'm sorry, baby, I'm sorry. Come here. Don't listen to what they say. It's all fucking like.
Tell me everything you know.
Let me take you to them.
What the fuck is going on?
Let the bloodshed begin, bitch.
We'll get out of here.
So, you're the Crimson Kid. I'm
Many
Damn.
I didn't realize that so many shots in the
Yep.
movie. I didn't realize that. I have quite a few.
Yes,
in there.
dude, you're all up in that. Like both of those trailers, like all up in there. Like the werewolf was badass. Man, Eric Roberts, holy shit.
There's Roberts and
then, oh my god,
wait,
Linnea Quigley.
Michael Pare from the you ever seen the movie Full Moon or Bad Mood?
Yes,
he's
I saw a bunch of people. Mike Ferguson's in that shit.
Mike Ferguson's
I saw
in it.
fucking my buddy Mike Ferguson, my buddy Bill Victor Arucon. My I just kept running. I'm like, oh my god, I know that guy. I know that guy. I know that guy. I was like, what the fuck?
Quite a few
a bunch of my buddies.
That.
That was awesome, dude. That was awesome. That was exciting.
I appreciate you.
Awesome.
I appreciate you sharing all the love today. It really means a lot, Jeff.
Dude. That's so awesome. Oh my god. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Absolutely.
Really, oh my god, you make the most amazing fucking werewolf. Holy shit. That was so awesome.
Are you coming out to LA anytime soon?
Hopefully, yes. I plan on coming out next year some point. For like two weeks.
All right.
So like, I would love to all of us to get together.
Yes.
James and you and me and
Absolutely.
Bill and
Absolutely.
Tracy, Coco. We got to get us all together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that way, I'd love to take you out to eat someplace crazy.
Hell yes.
If you like crazy food, I'll take you someplace crazy because I love
yeah, let's do this.
love crazy food.
I'm so down for that, dude.
Yeah,
Oh my God. I miss all of you guys so fucking much. I miss going to my little red carpet movie premieres and I miss seeing Carl Crew and you and James Balsamo and Aaron and just everybody. Oh my God. I miss everybody.
All right, well,
so
come
much.
on out and say hello. Say hello when you come out, and I'll make
I will
sure that
definitely be hitting you up on Messenger, and we will have to hang out when I come out there. It's so fucking badass. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today. I really appreciate it. You've been watching Wicked Entertaining with our special guest today, Joe Castro, special effects movie and TV. And yeah, if you ever go check out the Halloween episode of Roseanne, when he did the prosthetics for the fucking Three Stooges head with John Goodman. Man, that's some awesome stuff. Oh, I love it. Thank you guys so much for being on the show today. I really appreciate it. And another event that he is involved in is Halloween Hotness. So please, it's for the St. Jude's Children's Hospital to raise money for cancer. It's kids with cancer, man. Who doesn't want to help with something like that? And check it out. I think it was a Saturday, October 29th. You guys are doing like a little charity event.
And even if you can't go, you can also go to the website and just make a donation there. So if you're not in town to be at the event, it is a great event. It's a big event. A lot of people go. So if you get a chance to come, definitely come. If you get a chance,
where are they hosting? Where are they hosting that again?
It's going to be at, I believe it's at Madame Tussauds.
Yes, Madame Tussauds in Hollywood.
Theater in Hollywood, and
that's what it was.
There's a red carpet. There's a lot of pictures, a lot of fun, famous people there, a lot of costumes. But like I said, if you can't go to the website, make a donation there. It's for a great cause.
Hell yeah. We got Lillian Mortis coming on tomorrow night. She's also going to be at that event. And then while I'm looking that up, if you want to tell everybody where they can find you, social media, your website, video sites, anywhere where they can actually find you and your work.
Yes, you can reach me at joecastrofx.com. That's my website. You can send me a message through there, or you can reach out to me on Facebook, which is facebook.com/joe.castro, and send me a direct message. Say hello. Also on Instagram, I'm Joe_Castro_director. And reach out to me. Say hello. Let's make a movie.
Hell yes. And tomorrow night, we've got Lillian Mortis on the show. And she's also going to be, I believe, joined by, I think she's going to be with Lisa Wilcox, might be on there tomorrow night with her. I'm trying to think. Who else did she say? It's for Halloween Hotness, St. Jude's Children Cancer Research charity event. And yes, Lisa Wilcox will be joining us tomorrow night. And going out to Madame Tussauds on Saturday, October 29th, red carpet premiere. And they're going to do like a big celebrity thing and charity event for helping kids with cancer. So that's a big thing. So go get your tickets or just go to the website and Halloween hotness.com, and you can make a contribution to the charity event, which is going to be fucking amazing. And so very excited for Lillian to be on the show tomorrow night. And we got a lot of great guests like Dilly Briggs this Friday for her radio show. So lots of great stuff coming up this month. And if you want to come on back for Halloween, we've got author Sasha George. She is a famous horror movie and sci-fi movie author. And she's got a lot of projects coming out. And then we also have High Priestess Dawn Marlowe. She might give you a psychic reading, read your crystal ball. I don't know. She might do something crazy. You just never know. Always something crazy right here on Wicked Entertaining. But thank you so much, Joe, for being on the show tonight. It was a pleasure, an absolute honor to have you on. And just, can't wait to see you guys next year out there in Hollyweird.
Thanks, Jennifer. Have a beautiful rest of your evening. We'll talk real soon. All right. Happy
All right.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.